This is a video showing my trade history for June 2025, where on the June I had a losing month. It was a losing streak for both the CFDs and the binary options on synthetic indices. Although for the past 2 months, for May and June, when I had fully now developed the trading strategy, when it's still overall in profit. Okay, then let me show you my investor password, which you can use to log in to the MetaTrader accounts so that you can log in for yourself on the accounts to verify their results. But the investor password, I will only be setting that password for Saturdays. Although this time I will begin to set it on Friday and also Saturday, because it will be the 4th of July for public holiday for USA, and I don't trade on USA public holidays. Although the fundamentals should not affect synthetic indices, but I just avoid trading the CFDs for synthetics on USA public holidays, because Deriv was no longer specifying whether is no longer now specifying whether the public holidays affect synthetic indices too, although they used to specify back in the past. So starting for Friday this week, you'll be able to log investor password investor 258, because I'll now be giving investor passwords since these days with artificial intelligence. Video trade histories and screenshots can no longer be really credible, since videos are now being faked and some scammers are now using AI to fake the videos. So there will be two real accounts, the one from VNU2 FSC and BVI FSC. Then the reason why I give you also for the demo account is so that traders who are still new will be able to see the difference between demo and real accounts. So anyway, now showing now back again to the trade histories. So here it's profitable because for the CFDs I selected the dates of May and June. Okay, where I had now for the CFDs had fully developed the strategy, because for the first 4 months of this year I had 2 winning and 2 losing months, and there was bad performance with an overall loss because I had not done forward testing. I had only traded based only on back tests. So what I had just put blindly to compensate for the difference in back tests and forward test difference was not enough. But when I'd done some forward tests at the beginning of May, end of June, that's when I saw the market conditions which are favorable enough to compensate for the difference. So now showing in my VNU2 account for the last month, that's when I'm now selecting, yes, last month 1 June to 1 July, and here there is an overall win in the VNU2 account, but the BVI-FSC account will have a loss for this month, which then gave an overall loss for the month of June on the CFDs. And it was starting from a $35 account balance. So I shall deposit more money later on, and also I'm still increasing the back tests. So by the time we then reach end of year, it should be a lot of money later on. And then I'm going to show you now, this one is the BVI FSC account regulated with British Virgin Islands Financial Service Commission. So this one has the advantage of stronger regulation, because BVI FSC regulates also the trading in itself, whereas the problem with the VNU2 account is that the VNU2 FSC regulating agency does not regulate trading, but only regulates the basic overall operations of the company, although it has an advantage of being able to trade smaller amounts of money. But the BVI FSC, though it needs a big amount, will now have safer regulation, since it regulates the trading too. So this one is a loss which happened, overall loss for this month, for 1 June to 1 July. So there was a bad month, a losing streak this month, losing months okay in trading. Although for the past 2 months, for both the VNU2 and the BVI FSC CFD accounts, the 2 months had an overall profitability. When I had now fully developed the CFD trading strategy by doing some forward tests, where I actually confirmed now with data of trades I had taken to see the conditions which were enough to produce profitability long term. Okay, so that's for the past 2 months. So it was just an overall profit of 63 cents. And then I'm going to show you how you log in the accounts using these investor passwords at the bottom. So now for logging in the account, since I have not yet set the password to that investor password for the real accounts, I'll set them just a night before the Saturday usually, and then we'll reset it Sunday morning, maybe, so that people won't be logged into my accounts during the week. I trade Mondays to Fridays, so even on Sunday I'll then change it. But for this week, that's when I said, because there's a public holiday on Friday, I won't be trading CFDs, so I'll just set it maybe Thursday late evening. Then for Friday and Saturday, you can log in using that password. But for the demo account, it will always be there, where it's just a practice account. So to log in, after logging in on MetaTrader, first of all, for those who are still new to trading, you can just download MetaTrader 5 application from Play Store. And then I think they maybe no longer have it on Apple Store. But if you download it even on your PC, okay, make sure it's the MetaTrader version 5, not 4. After you download it, you select the menu, those 3 black lines, if it won't yet be on the menu. Then after that, you just select that plus icon. Then for here, once you type here, you can already see the options of brokers I've once logged into. But if you still be new to trading, you won't have any, so you will have to type Deriv. And then when you type Deriv, you would then see all the options of the different server names depending on regulating agency given to the different countries. So deriv.com is where you log in your demo accounts, all of them. But for the DerivVU account, you look for this one written DerivV. Even if you now select on the information, you actually see that the regulation will be from DerivVU. Okay. And then for the BVI-FSC account, you will select this server name. And make sure that when you are logging in the account, you not only choose the server name, okay, which is there, but also you then select also the actual real server name, because there will be different servers within it. So if I select this one for the demo account, which will always have the password any day, although there won't be any trades, you will see that on the server it will be Deriv demo. But now when you shall be logging in real accounts, these real accounts, you select those actual specific server names. Okay, so I'm actually noticing and seeing that when I copied information for that Vanuatu account and pasted it on the BVI-FSC account, I actually forgot to change the BVI-FSC login and also the server name, so I'll fix that soon. But let me just show you how you log in the accounts for those still new to trading. So that login ID will be the ones there, and then for the password, all of the accounts will have investor 25 and then @ with the investor having a capital letter I. Okay, then remember you will have to make sure that is the correct server name, but I shall fix this one for BVI-FSC and the login ID soon. So okay, I think I pressed back by mistake and it exited. So for this one, for the demo account, then you select login. Okay, so you see now that the difference between other accounts and this one where I give you investor password is that it will be read only. So because it will be read only, you can't place trades, but you can still be able to view all my trade histories. And you see that this one is written demo, but these real accounts don't have a demo badge. For other brokers, they will actually write reals there, but some of the brokers will just leave it plain without putting a demo badge. So for the trade histories, you then just go to select to the histories, but I don't place any trades on the demo account. I'm just giving you the password so that those still new to trading can see the difference between what a demo and real account looks like, so that they won't end up thinking that I'm logging them into a demo account. So I think I can now just then show you for the binary option trades, and then also fix those passwords for the BVI-FSC account where I forgot to adjust the login ID and also the server name for the BVI-FSC account. For the binary options, I also had a losing month this month, but overall still for the past 8 months, I'm still profitable. The binary option strategy, I had started trading it before I started trading the CFD strategy. So I developed it earlier. I started trading the binary option strategy in 2023. So though I started with a $35 account this month, it's now down to $28 by just 2 losing trades, both with a $3.50 stop loss. So I don't usually risk this high, but because it's a small account, I'm taking a very few trades which will have very high performance. Then as the account grows, I'll then take even trades which have even less of a performance, although they will now be more trades. Okay, actually I don't need to change the password because it's not yet on the weekend. What I just want to do is to take in the login IDs and paste them here, which you shall use usually on Saturdays. But remember, for this week I said even it will be both Friday and Saturday because I won't be trading CFDs since it will be a public holiday in USA. I had copied and pasted information from the venue tool so that I wouldn't have to type again the login ID and server name words, but then forgot to now paste the login IDs for the BVI-FSC account and the server name for the BVI-FSC account. So the server name will be BVI-Server 02, not 01, or which will be just written BVI server. Okay, so that will be the specific server name. Then I'm now deleting the first screenshot which I took so that I won't end up using the one with wrong information. So you will use these details now. Then now I'm just showing you the trade history for the binary options, although they were losing two losing trades this month maybe, but still they are overall profitable for the past 8 months from November last year to now end of June. Even though I started it to use it 2023, it's November last year when it now had good performance after I had done some forward tests by now seeing trades which I had done on a live account and seeing which market condition was really good for maintaining longevity. So you won't be able to log in with an investor password to see my binary option trades, because these will be done in the back office trader. There's no investor password which you can use for Deriv broker. It's different from other brokers which are mainly more specific for binary options like pocket options, where you could have an investor password for the binary options. Okay, so closed positions. So for the binary options, you only be able to see the performance on videos for my trade histories. Okay, so first of all, last 30 days, these are the two for June, which made a loss for $6.64 from a $35 trading capital. Okay, you can actually see its last two contracts, it's only those two trades. So there was a losing streak this month, and remember, losing streaks okay in trading. You can even have losing months as long as your winning months will cover for all those losses. So I selected 1 November last year to 30 June. So there's still overall a profit of $5, and it was from about usually a capital of around $30, although there was a month where it was around $50. So it was just about an average capital of about $40. And it's not so much because besides it being a small account balance, I'm not yet able to do a lot of binary option trades because I've not yet done a lot of back tests. But by end of year, I would have done more back tests, so there will be more trades. So those are just the trades on the 11 contracts written down there. So those have an overall profitability for the past 8 months. And even though it's a big drawdown from $35 for this month, I'm only take a few trades of very high probability, and then as the account grows, I'll then now continue to take more trades, although they will no longer have very high performance, but though the performance will still be good. So you can start logging in anytime during Friday and Saturday for end of this week, but for all other weeks which won't have a public holiday on Friday from USA, you will now have to log in on Saturdays. And then for the broker statements, it's only BVIC which gives broker statements, because remember I told you that it's the only one which regulates the actual trading. Okay, I opened the wrong one. I want to open this one for the monthly statement for June. so you can zoom in later on. It was just 2 losing trades. Wait, there was also a winning trade somewhere. Yeah, you can check and zoom in later on. And then the one for the previous month. Okay, I can just select on the same one, and then okay, it won't show the one for me. So since it won't show the one for me, I have to actually search for it so that I won't scroll through many emails. Okay, I showed it to you on the previous month. The one for the previous month for May, you can just see it later on because it's not scrolling to see that. So remember, you will now use these details to log in.